Hello, it is me, Pearl, from Pearl in the Prayers. And this is Tuned in Tarot. And I do apologize that you are getting the collective tune in so late. But you're getting it, so that is good. I'm going to get right into it. And before I begin, this is where we look at the balance of the divine masculine and feminine energy inside of ourselves, understanding that whatever state this energy is in, we can expect to see that reflected back to us in our interactions with others, in our external environment. And if we want to see change, we do need to shift and make change within us. And that's how this all works. I'm going to be using two new decks today. I have my new Prism Oracle. We'll be doing that during the Oracle section. I've got the Disney Villains Tarot. So much fun. Love this one. And it's actually a gorgeous deck. I'm impressed with it. The colors, it's very vibrant. I think they did a good job at like which characters they chose for, like, whoever made this deck actually understood tarot, unlike some of the other decks. And they didn't just do like they took their time. They took their time on it. It wasn't just like, here's some wands and here's some cups. They like actually bothered with the storyline, etc. Oh, thank you so much, Luna. I'm gonna take you up on that offer. We should probably do an exchange again because that sounds really good to me. All right, so we're going to start today. I think I want to start with the divine masculine energy, but just to remind you, this does not mean the masculine person. It means the masculine energy within self. Hi, Cheryl. Good to see you. Your person may reflect this energy back to you, but pretty much anybody is going to reflect this particular masculine energy back to you. And if you want to change it, you got to shift it. And then the feminine energy is the same. So your person will have both the masculine and feminine energy. So don't disregard feminine energy because you think it's only, your own energy and not your person's. Your person shares that energy as well. All right, let's start with this divine masculine. I'm starting with his side because it looks shitty. And divine feminine's looks good. So let's just get the shitty part out of the way. And maybe it's not going to be shitty, but like his overall energy right now is not great. Okay, so divine masculine, overall energy of his headspace, we have the Seven of Swords. This is deception on it. His heart space, we have the Hermit. And I really feel the masculine is lying to himself. I think he is lying to himself and saying that he's better off alone. But I don't even think he actually really believes that. You can see that he's resisting the abundance the feminine brings to him. And it's like he's trying to get away with feeling emotions. He's trying to just use his head and be strategic and try to figure out how to do something. And he's just like, I think I'm better off alone. Like, I don't know if I can actually do this. The other thing that he could be thinking about is how to try to surprise this feminine who has offered him so much. But really, I just think he's lying himself. I think the feminine maybe made some kind of a gesture, and maybe he's also thinking that she is trying to like trick him or deceive him in some way, or he's maybe tricking himself into thinking that she wants more than like whatever she's offered. He's thinking like, maybe I'm reading too much into what she said or did, or but yeah, he's definitely in a state of, he could also be thinking that the reason he's on his own is because of the lies and deception, things he's hidden from the feminine. Those are all some things I'm picking up from him today. Oh, and we're using the Field Tarot in the headspace and the Tarot of 78 Doors in the heart space. Underlying all his thoughts and decisions, we have here the Five of Pentacles and the Two of Swords. So he's not feeling very good. He definitely is. He's feeling lack. He's feeling the separation. He's feeling avoidant. He feels like he needs to make some kind of a decision, and he doesn't want to. He doesn't really know what the right decision might be. We're seeing that there's this cleric here. There's a nun and there's a baby left on the doorstep. So it could be too that like he feels like he's burdened with something, and he doesn't know what to do. This masculine doesn't know what to do. He might be lying to himself. He's trying to think of something to do. He's just like, I don't know what to do. It's definitely the energy I'm getting from him. I'm at a loss at this point. I feel the separation. I feel lonely. I'm maybe deceiving myself about what the feminine truly desires or about what I can truly provide for her. Something, the first thing on his mind, we're seeing the stars, and it should be like this. We're seeing the King of Pentacles is in his thoughts and the star is in his heart. So he feels the divine feminine. He feels her vulnerability. He feels her. It's 11:11 when I'm saying this. He feels how beautiful she is, how much she shines. Um, he's definitely got her on a pedestal. I think he's healing this part of himself, of his worthiness, like trying to think of himself as worthy of someone like her. So he's been working on that, it looks like. But he feels blocked right now. We've got the Magician and this Five of Wands. So he definitely feels like his power to do something or make a change or make a shift is it's meaning, it's like he's like banging his head against the wall. He's struggling with knowing how to make something happen, to manifest whatever he's desiring. He's really struggling with it. And it feels like he's not getting anywhere. That's probably why his overall energy is like, I don't know what to do. Like maybe I'm lying to myself about this working out because it doesn't seem like what I'm trying to do is working. So I can really resonate with this right now in terms of like, I'm trying to get into a position where I can get the fuck out of where I am, and I don't know how to do it. And I don't know, like I feel that I have this star quality and I feel worthy of receiving, but I don't know how to open up to actually receive. So I feel like that's the energy that coming from my masculine energy, and that person in my life is mirroring that back to me. And then we have the Hermit and the Death card. So he knows that this loneliness needs to end, that he's got to move along. He's got to process the grief over having been alone or force the divine feminine energy to be all on her own. He needs to move past that grief. He needs to stop feeling sadness about it, because that sadness is what's preventing him from rebirthing this connection. So he's got to really get over this, and he's got to stop trying to do everything all on his own alone. And this is so significant because if you were here earlier, I was literally just talking about how my car was stuck in the ice, and the only thing that helped me was my dad coming home from work, and I needed his help. Like I couldn't do it by myself, and I didn't know what to do or how to do it, and the things I tried weren't working. I didn't have the right tools. Like my dad went and found the tools he needed, which I didn't know that I needed. So there's this thing where it's like he has to accept some kind of help, to like the feminine has to accept some kind of help, and maybe this masculine doesn't really know how to approach this, how to give this to her. Clarifying the King of Pentacles and the Star, we have the King of Cups and the Four of Pentacles. So we have the King of Pentacles, which is like the material, outside, external version of this masculine energy, the one that's fixated on the material world, and then the feeling side, the King of Cups, the emotions, and the Four of Pentacles is holding on to something. So he's still holding on to his emotions. He's still not expressing them. And in this image, we see these, it's like his feelings are too big to fit through this door. He doesn't know how to communicate or express something that just seems so big. I just had a session with a client on Monday, and it's too much came up in that session. And so he definitely is at a loss for how to express these emotions, which now feel like so overwhelming, so big. He doesn't know if he can get them down to a manageable size to be able to like actually let them go and express them. But clarifying the struggle to manifest this feeling blocked or stuck energy, we are seeing really kind of a nice turn here. The Eight of Wands and the King of Swords. So he knows that he has to communicate to the divine feminine energy. He has to communicate directly. He has to speak the truth. In this image, it looks like he's coming in to heal this feminine, because he looks like almost like there's this doctor, and it's actually the feminine from the Three of Swords. So and it's this old pain, this old heartache, something that is probably longer than this lifetime, even just like some kind of a wound, a generational wound. It's like by communicating with the feminine, he will be healing that, and he knows that he needs to hurry up. He can't keep, postponing anymore. He's got to do something about it. And then clarifying the Death card and the Hermit, we have his counterpart, the Queen of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles. So we're seeing like he maybe is hoping to make something that the divine feminine will see, that shows how much he really loves her. I also think he's working on his emotional navigating his emotions. And we see this person observing a tattoo. So there's like long-term, permanent kind of energy working on like a permanent something that shows his love that won't fade, that won't go away. But he knows that he's got to do something. He's got to make something to help bring that divine feminine out of the Hermit energy. All right, that tracks for the masculine. Let's go ahead now and look at the divine feminine energy. For her, we have the Six of Cups and the Five of Cups. So she's thinking a lot about a soulmate, a past relationship, her past in general. And I think trying to be very optimistic. I think there's disappointment and sadness, but she's really working hard to be optimistic. I feel that energy from her. I feel that she's like trying to think of all the good things, all the reasons why, and not all the reasons why not. And that's a big change for the feminine energy. I feel a big shift for her there. This guy again, we just saw him in the reading I just did, but underlying all her thoughts and decisions, this person who she believes is her soulmate. We have the Two of Wands, the twin flame energy, and the King of Pentacles. So somebody that she really believes is her person. It's underlying all of her thoughts and decisions. She's really just like, I can't have had this whole experience happen if it wasn't because this one significant person meant something. Like, this person means something. He is significant to me. And I've learned my own worthiness on this journey. And this person has helped to teach me this, and that's valuable to the feminine. The first thing on her mind is that Queen of Coins energy, and it's coming up with the Tower. So she feels like this massive shift, this big change, this needing to release, anything that is not making her feel herself, right? We have the King and Queen of Pentacles. Like, she feels like this Queen of Pentacles, but her brain is not seeing her this way. And she knows that she needs to really shift her thinking and release the resistance to who she knows she is within inside of herself. We have here the Queen of Swords and the Eight of Coins. So she's trying to be very cerebral, very thoughtful, and keep her boundaries up, focus on her work, focus on the material, what she's working on, being prepared. This is be prepared. We've got the hyenas there. That's all I can think of when I see these guys. This is making me want to watch all the Disney movies again from the perspective of a tarot reader, and like all the lessons I learned, and like all of the indoctrination and all of the limiting beliefs I got from these films and movies, but also all of the fun and the dreams and the excitement. And so there might be something there too, that nostalgia for her, where she wants to extrapolate the good and the bad. There's something about that that's coming up for me right now, but she definitely wants to work very hard. And of course, there's the Eight of Pentacles over here and the Queen of Cups. So it's interesting because the masculine is like wanting to work on his feelings, and the feminine is wanting to work on her thoughts, like her the way she thinks. The divine masculine is wanting to work in the material on being able to navigate and express emotion, and the feminine wants to work on the material, being able to like strategize and find ways to communicate and to maintain healthy boundaries also. Okay, we're seeing the Page of Cups here and the Four of Wands. So I told you she's feeling very optimistic. She's really trying to believe, even if it's like naive, even if it's innocent, that there is going to be this union, that there is going to be this coming together, this long-term commitment. There a reason to celebrate. It's Jafar from Aladdin, so like a wish come true. She's like, even if that's naive, I don't care. I would rather believe in this than not believe in it anymore. I don't want to be in this place where I don't believe that my dreams are possible. Clarifying the Queen of Pentacles and the Tower card, we have the Ten of Wands and the Six of Wands. So she definitely wants to overcome this mindset that she's really needing to shift. And also, I think receiving help, which I just talked about, not having to carry the burden of becoming this Queen of Pentacles all by herself, but actually embracing that she can share this load, that she can share this responsibility. It's not just hers alone to take on by herself, although she's done really well and she is absolutely successful in how she's approached her life. It's still important for her to share the burdens that she carries. She doesn't have to carry things all by herself. The burden of a relationship, the mental load, she definitely is able and wanting to share that. Clarifying the Eight of Coins and the Queen of Swords, we have the Page of Wands and the Three of Wands. So she may have done some work to be able to find a strategy to initiate communication in some way, to let the masculine know that she still is keeping the faith and she's been patient there, because I'm just seeing this bird squawking and I'm just thinking like she might have actually found a way to speak or communicate, but it was small. It was this little gesture. And I think also seeing that she's waiting for because it's Aladdin's lamp again. So she's waiting for this wish to come true. I wonder if the pronunciation is actually Aladdin. But anyway, side note, but she's she's been working on maybe thinking, changing her thoughts, because we saw her trying to shift her mindset. So changing her thoughts and believing and having faith that the masculine energy is going to initiate some kind of a communication. That's also coming up. And then clarifying the Four of Wands and the Page of Cups, we're getting the Tower again and the Chariot. So two major energies. And the Tower that I'm feeling, the energy that I'm picking up on right now is definitely this energy of feeling like there's going to be this massive, unexpected shift or surprise of some kind, some divine intervention. This is Rapunzel in the tower, obviously. I really like how the villain in this image is the tower. That's kind of an interesting way to look at it. But the idea that, and the chariot, of course, is surrendering energy. So this is release and surrender, releasing the image of herself as a victim, which is something that came up in my Pearls Prayers account tonight. If you follow that on TikTok, I talked about the lesson that I learned during my 30-day challenge, which was about victim mentality and how it affected my ability to perform music, etc. And so really releasing and surrendering the ego, letting the divine drive the chariot, but also the commitment and the Page of Cups, like really hoping that there's going to be this massive shift and there's going to be this leveling up and there's going to be this movement forward. So that's what she's really hoping for. So that's the divine feminine. All right, let's take a look at the oracles. We're going to go over here to the masculine. He's getting skunk spirit right now. Know your worth. And the King of Pentacles coming up for him with the star. That makes a lot of sense. The message for masculine energy right now of knowing our worth is, what do you value? What do you believe in? Is your best, most authentic self on display? Skunk spirit comes as a reminder that you can be proud of who you are and what you have accomplished. Know your worth. Not everyone will agree with you or share your values, but you can walk with your head high, knowing that when you express your integrity, others can feel your authenticity and will be inspired by it. Be who you are, and if your reputation precedes you, good. You have much to be proud of, and Skunk Spirit wants you to be your best self, the true you. So that is what Divine Masculine is embracing right now. That the Divine Feminine doesn't want anything from him except for him to be exactly who he is. He doesn't need to make any changes. He can just be who he is. That's all she ever needs. The only change that needs to be made is some kind of communication. Like, she doesn't need him to change. She just needs them to be able to communicate so that they can actually move forward with that chariot energy. The Prism Oracle card that's coming up for him is Sweetness right now, which I'm sure he should probably be applying in terms of what the feminine is in need of. And just to give you background into the color pink, pink is frequently associated with love, sweetness, nurturing, and compassion. Pink roses are often associated with affection and gratitude, and in astrology, pink is aligned with the planet Venus, which rules over aesthetics and love. Rose quartz, a popular crystal known for its light pink hue, is said to be useful for connecting to matters of the heart and boosting feelings of self-love. Brighter shades of pink like magenta and fuchsia convey a sense of excitement, while lighter shades of pink are often used to bring feelings of relaxation into an environment. So sweetness is a signal to savor the sweet moments in life and to remember them when things get rough. The small things in life are often the sweetest, but they easily go unnoticed. Sweetness is always there if you look for it. And I do think that the Divine Masculine is needing to bring that sweetness to the feminine energy. That makes a lot of sense to me. And then we're getting the Imagine card, which I just actually wrote about today. It is number 20. And Turning imagination into manifestation, creative thought, visualization, the power of aligning imagery and feelings, creativity and illusions. Who do you want to be? What do you need to believe in order to have the life you want? You are gifted with the power to imagine. If you can dream it, you can create it. This is the time when when your imagination is the key to manifesting the life you desire. Spend time daydreaming, fashioning a vision board to help you see your goals, or meditating. Allow the power of your creativity to deliver images of what feeds your soul. Then allow your feelings to mingle with your inspirations and imagine these things being real right now. Then repeat. What you imagine will become your belief, and soon you will see these things come to pass in the outer world as if by magic. In matters of the heart, it's easy to daydream about another as a means of connecting to that person, which is the masculine is notorious for doing. While that's romantic, if you want this relationship to be real, you need to go for it, not just dream about it. Now is the time to move beyond the daydream and into reality, beyond illusion and into fruition. Relationships are about relating. So step out into onto the dance floor where imagination partners with manifestation. The message of this card is that a person with attributes you have imagined will enter your life. You'll be changed for the better. Imagine that. This is a powerful time to get clear on how you create your prosperity, what it means to you to be prosperous, and what attributes you need to develop in yourself to make things happen. Who do you need to be to live out your dreams? Can you imagine the kind of life you desire? Really imagine it without holding back the sheer force of your powers of creativity? If you can envision it, you can have it. Get ready, for prosperity is waiting for you to claim it now. Act as if your dreams really will come true. All right, so that's the masculine's work this week. And when I say masculine, I'm talking about you. So know your worth. Understand that you need more sweetness in your life. Stop imagining relationships and start to actually relate to people. If you are seeing somebody or trying to see somebody and it is not going anywhere, then choose someone else right now. Choose someone else right now to focus on. If it's meant to be, it will come back to me. If the other person is meant to come into your life, they'll come back to your life. Especially if you go choose someone else. That's the biggest catalyst for change ever. So find somebody who wants to be relating to you the way that you want to relate to another person. And you're like, well, that's easier said than done. And I understand that the feeling of that, but you're not going to get there unless you put yourself in situations where you are going to meet somebody that's in alignment with you. And frankly, I don't know that that's on a dating app. I think it's in the reality that you live in. I think it's, if you're relegated to the virtual world, then you need to be looking at like groups where people that have the same interests are collected, gathered, wanting to meet each other, not just Tinder, but like they're like, do a little research. Like there's probably like book lovers looking for people to date, or like a specific, like there's literally specific religions that have like dating services and shit like that. Like look for something where you're actually going to find somebody who's actually in alignment with you. Or even better, go to the places where you want to meet the person you want to meet. So if you want to meet somebody if you are a person that's like wants to go to the farmer's market, or wants to go to apple orchards and pick apples in the fall, or like whatever it is that you like to do, go do those things. Like go on your own if nobody else is going to go with you, and look around and notice and be open to people approaching you. Be open to people smiling at you. Be open to, people that are paying attention to you, and pay attention back to them. Like put yourself in a situation where you're going to meet somebody that is going to be in alignment with you. Don't go to places that are going to have people that are not really, that you're not interested in. Like if you don't like to drink, why are you going to go to a bar? Like don't go to a bar if you don't want to meet somebody who drinks. Like go to anywhere but a bar. Like to not, like, you know what I mean? You gotta go where you would go. Like a natural place for you to go, because that place will be a place that will attract somebody who will like to go to that place too, and you'll like Meet somebody that shares that interest with you. So go take those actions. Stop just imagining what your life is going to be like and fucking do it. And I'm talking to myself here, so not just you. All right. Dragonfly spirit. Truth transcends illusion. This is number 22. This also came up for somebody on Monday when I was reading for them. Which, by the way, if you're interested in a personal reading, you can click the link in my profile or click the description box below. Go check out my site. There's $33 readings, $44 readings, and right now, one-on-one virtual sessions with me are on sale 50% off. I never do that. That's happening until just after Valentine's Day. So go take advantage of that while you still can. Dragonfly Spirit is here to remind you of the wisdom and truth available at all times in the hidden realms. Just as a dragonfly catches your eye with its reflective wings and body, Dragonfly Spirit appears to tell you to pay attention to the truth beyond the illusion and recognize the insights that come seemingly out of nowhere, peeking through from behind the veil. In the realm of spirit, there is far more wisdom than you can perceive with your senses, and there is a deep knowing that you are not separate or alone, for a higher power recognizes you and loves you beyond measure. Fears dissipate as you realize you are embraced by the nurturing force that is everywhere, always in communication with you. Alighting when you are preoccupied, Dragonfly Spirit offers this message. You exist in unity with all, including the protective spirits who share their wisdom, and you are being nudged along the path your soul needs to travel to have the experiences it craves. Love exists in many forms, and sometimes we overlook it when we don't recognize a particular form. Pay attention to the signs now. They remind you that each of us have inspired dreams seamlessly sewn into the fabric of the invisible world. And there is a great consciousness that exists in the seemingly empty spaces guiding us on our journey. Open to the truth, letting the wisdom of the hidden realms inform you, providing insights your conscious mind overlooks. All right, Divine Feminine. This is really making me feel that attachment to that singular person could potentially be keeping you from seeing other more viable, healthier options that are waiting to be discovered by you. We have here another pink card, so I guess I don't need to read the pink description again. It's interesting that both of you are in the same frequency in terms of color. This is disruption. Like this shot, and this is like we had the tower twice for the feminine, so something really disruptive or shocking going on for her. Like this shocking pink color, this card demands attention, and the dragonfly spirit was also telling you to pay attention. It represents intensity, innovation, and nonconformity. It is a catalyst for releasing fear in order to make bold and courageous moves. What is stagnant in your life that needs to change? How can you shake things up a bit? How can you continuously innovate your life in unexpected and productive ways? So the tower is demanding that you shake things up. The tower is absolutely demanding that you make some kind of change. What was I feeling today? I was feeling stuck. Why am I feeling stuck? Because I'm doing the same shit every day. I'm doing the same shit every day. Now, I did start doing the 30-day challenge. I did start centering music in my life more. That's great. I can up the ante a little bit. I can move from 15 minutes a day to, more than that. I can be more specific about the challenge and be like, okay, I'm going to give myself 30 days of working on songs or 30 days of, whatever it is, but disrupt whatever you've been doing. If nothing is happening, then that's requiring you to get up tomorrow and act differently. If you usually get up and, get on your phone and then go get your coffee and then do this and do that. I want you to do something different tomorrow. Just don't get on your phone when you first wake up. Like, have that be the first disruption that you do. Like, don't even look at it. Don't check it. Get out of bed. It's so hard to do that. Get out of bed and go do something else. If you always do everything in one order, do it in a different order. It is amazing how just making a transition or a change in how you're doing things will change everything that's going on right now for you. We're getting Truth Be Told, the protection message, number 14. I don't know that I've gotten this card before. Where are you being dishonest with yourself or others? If you're unhappy in any area of your life, look for signs of denial. This can also pertain to others being misleading or withholding or acting from hidden agendas. Now is the time to say no to dishonesty in all forms. Ask for the truth, even if you don't like what you hear. Acknowledging it will be key to a beautiful new future where you no longer labor under the heavy burdens that deceit and denial impose on you. Set yourself free. Nothing less than the truth is required now. So be honest with yourself about how you are perpetuating a lot of the stagnancy, is that a word? That is the word according to me now, that you may be experiencing. So that is my advice for you tonight. If you would like a personal reading right now, you can click the link in my profile and send $22 or $33 via Venmo, PayPal, or Cash App, and I will do a personal reading. You can also, if you are a member of my site, I will read 2 cards for you. To become a member, click the link in my profile as well, and you will see Become a Member there. And then anytime that you are live or that you catch me live, I will read a couple of cards for you as needed. I know I haven't been that consistent with my lives lately, and I apologize. I just really haven't felt it, man. And that's something I know I just need to change. So I'm gonna. That's all I can do is I'm gonna change it. And also I'm interested in kind of learning more about my Prism deck. So if you want me to pull one of those cards for you tonight just for free, and I will just read it to you so I can get to know the deck, I'm totally down for doing that for whoever's here. If anybody wants me to read them one of the Prism cards, I'm going to leave the ones we already read out already because we already got those. But there's a few of you. If anyone's interested, just let me know. Put an emoji. Hi, Bubbles. Good to see you. Or just say me, and I will go ahead and pull a Prism card for you and see what we get for your energy tonight. And that's free. That's a courtesy of me because I'm just going to be reading the book. So we'll find out how this oracle is for any of you who are interested. I know there's a couple people over here on YouTube, and there's a few people on TikTok, and I'm open to reading for anybody. Obviously you, Bubbles. Okay, let's get your Prism card and see what message is important for you tonight. What message is important for you? Oh, abundance. I like it. And it's green. Let's read about the green color. Yeah, it is actually in order. Okay. Green is the color of relaxation, bounty, and even love. As the color correlated with the heart energy center, it can represent love and also the flip side of that, jealousy. In color magic, green is often used as a supportive color for enhancing feelings of calm and restoration. It is also literally easy on the eyes, as it's the easiest color for us to see on the visible spectrum. Green is also tied to nature and growth. After all, what makes plants green, chlorophyll, is also what allows them to convert energy from the sun into new life. And it's always been my favorite color since I was a kid. Now I kind of have gravitated towards this blue-green thing, but I love green. Abundance. While this card depicts coins, it's important to remember that abundance can come in many forms like love, friendship, career, and family, not just monetary abundance. This card asks you to recognize and celebrate the abundance that is in your life, along with the deep sense of gratitude that comes along with it. That's your message, Bubbles. Thanks for being here with me tonight. Anyone else want a Prism Oracle card while I'm pulling them? Going once, going twice. I think I'm going to go ahead and sign off here on my YouTube. If you are wanting to come hang out with me on TikTok, I will be over there on Tuned In Tarot TikTok for a few more minutes. But thank you so much for being here with me tonight, dear YouTube people. And I will see you probably tomorrow. I'll probably be putting a reading up tomorrow. So have a good night.